I'm Kate Mason. I'm here in the beautiful mountains of Southern California. Today we are shooting Bandit the Touareg with Falken tires. I have been off-roading for about 2.5 years since I got my car, and it was on stock wheels and everything, and I just decided to start rolling. I have 2 Volkswagen Touaregs in my family. My dad and my brother both have TDIs, and about 2.5 years ago I decided it was my turn to get one. So I decided to go and buy a used Touareg off of a car lot, and the day that I rolled off the lot I decided that I was going to start off-roading with it. So it's not very typical that you see these vehicles off-road. Well, when I first started off-roading, I actually had someone from another company reach out and asked me if I'd ever heard of Rebelle Rally, and I hadn't, so I did some research and kind of found out that it was the first all-women's off-road auto navigation rally. And from that day I knew that I was going to compete, and so I just decided to learn as much as I could and go off-roading as much as I could over the course of the next 2 years to prepare myself for it. Some of my other hobbies I would say are, obviously I off-road a lot, but I love camping and backpacking, and I spend a lot of time with my dog. I've had a lot of people help me over the last couple of years. Obviously, Falken Tire has been a huge supporter. And then I would say rig supply, goose gear has been awesome. And obviously a lot of friends and family. Emotion engineering has helped me kind of transform most of my vehicle, so it's been awesome. Some of the biggest changes and additions that we've made to my car were the roof rack. We did wheels, tires, studs. We did the front bumper and skid plate, and then we also have a full seat delete in the back, an ultra swing, or the spare tire carrier. I bought my Touareg used back in 2018. It had about 32,000 miles on it, I think, and I got really lucky because I believe it was a lease vehicle prior to, so it was in really, really good condition. So I daily drive this vehicle, meaning I basically use it for everything. I drive to work in it, I go camping in it, I competed in Rebelle Rally with it. I do everything in this car. I currently run the Falken Wildpeak T3Ws in a 255/70/18. I already had the Falken Wildpeak T3Ws on my car previous to the rally, and I knew that I was going to be putting a bit of a lift and some different suspension on my car, and I wanted to put a little bit bigger, beefier tire on, so I just went up in size, and it was already something that I trusted and I loved. One of the ways that these tires have helped me is during Rebelle Rally. So in the class that I ran in, you are not required, but they ask you to have 2 full-size spares because it's really typical for these vehicles to blow tires when we're out on the trails. So I had one on the back and I had one up on the roof, and I got really, really lucky that I didn't need to use either of them. There were a lot of blowouts on the trails during the rally this year, and I was launching my car, going over really sharp rocks, going up scrambles, you name it, and these things performed better than I could have even asked them to. I'm really grateful for Joey from Emotion Engineering, played a huge part in this build. I'm also really thankful for Luke and Jason from Resupply, Falken Tires, and Brian from Goose Gear. They really played a huge part in all this, especially because my teammate Sydney and I had an anonymous corporate sponsor that agreed to match dollar for dollar any money we were able to raise for our team and donate it on our behalf to King's Ransom Foundation, a nonprofit that takes women and children who have been rescued from sex trafficking in the United States and gives them a safe haven and kind of rehabilitates them and gets them back out into the world. You can find me at @Bandit the Touareg or @Caitlin D. Mason on Instagram.